today is the last day to register to vote in the state primary happening next month. Unlike most years, North Carolina's primary will be held in March instead of May in hopes of having greater influence on the presidential nomination process. Early voting begins on March 3rd with the presidential primary on March 15th. In Raleigh, the General Assembly reconvenes this morning to vote on new congressional districts and new election days for congressional primaries. This comes after 3 federal judges ruled Districts 1 and 12 as racial gerrymanders. They gave the state until today to redraw district lines ahead of the March primary. The state asked the U.S. Supreme Court to delay today's deadline. So far, though, Chief Justice John Roberts has not responded. In case the nation's highest court does not issue a stay, Governor Pat McCrory called a special session in Raleigh yesterday. The Senate took care of redrawing maps while the House worked out the timing for the new congressional elections. WNCT's Zora Stevenson was in Raleigh and met up with Senate Democrat leader Dan Blue, who says the redistricting process needs to be changed.
They made party performance a proxy of race, but it's still the same details. They decided they wanted to jam-pack the substantial majority of African-American voters into 3 congressional districts, and they've succeeded in doing that.
This morning, there will be a public comment period for the new maps. The House still has to approve them, and the Senate still has to approve the new date for the congressional primary. When all of this is said and done, the comprehensive plan will be sent back to the federal judges. The Supreme Court could still issue a decision today, and if they decide to delay the deadline for the new district lines, the congressional primary could go on as scheduled. For more on how this controversy will impact you, we head over to our Jessica Jewell.
Yeah, this affects many people right here in the East, how you vote and who's representing you. The 1st congressional district spans across the northeast part of the state, but under the new maps, it doesn't stretch as far south and east. The plan okayed by the House removes counties like Beaufort, Lenoir, and Craven from District 1, currently represented by Democrat G.K. Butterfield. The new map under consideration moves all these voters to District 3. Pitt County would be split between Districts 1 and 3. This means some of you would have a new representative in D.C. Currently, that would be Republican Walter B. Jones. I sat down with Pitt County Board of Elections Director Dave Davis, who says all these proposed changes will probably confuse voters about district lines.
Yeah, it could even cut through your street or through your neighborhood, so your neighbor may be in a different district than you are.
All this could change who's running, too. If the Supreme Court doesn't grant a stay, a new filing period will open up for those seeking congressional office under the new maps. That'll run from March 16th through the 25th. We'll, of course, continue to track what happens with this in the General Assembly today and keep you updated on air and online at WNCT.com. Jessica Jewell, 9 on your side.